Yo, what's up guys, it's Jack and welcome back. And yep, I am back playing COD now as of the last couple days or so or whatnot. So I'm a little rusty, but hey, it shouldn't take that much longer for me to get my shot back 100% and turn my sensitivity up or whatnot. But yeah, and at the same time, this is actually my first video to where I'm recording correctly at 60 frames per second, so I hope you guys enjoy that as well. But anyway, that's not exactly the topic of today's video. The topic of today's video is basically a question. I watch Twitter, and sometimes I'm more active than others on Twitter. Usually I just like to see what other people post, and every so often I'll post my own, I'll tweet my own little thing or whatnot. But there's some big COD YouTubers that have been basically asking their followers a question, and that is, well, will COD World War II bring you guys back? Explain COD, because obviously there's a whole bunch of people that have left the Call of Duty community since, let's say, around Modern Warfare 3, or even at the very latest at Advanced Warfare, because once they saw the boosts and all that, even though it might have been intriguing at first, right after that they quickly just started to leave. Boots on the ground became a thing of the past, and a lot of traditional Call of Duty enthusiasts really like the basics of what Call of Duty is, the basic gameplay, the boots on the ground, and the way you move, aim down sights and all that. It has a technique of its own, and some people, and Call of Duty is crazy enough as it is, and the jetpacks really turned a lot of people off and turned them away for a while now. Obviously Black Ops 3 did a really good job, but still at the same time, people just miss the old school gameplay. Now that it's coming back, is it going to bring a lot of people, or is it going to bring a lot of you guys back that have left? Does it not make a difference to you guys? I mean, it made complete sense. Instead of me asking you guys on Twitter, just posting something on Twitter, and besides, I'm so small on Twitter that I hardly ever get responses ever. So I figured, hey, let's make a video on it. So that's what I wanted to ask the community, and my opinion is partially. My answer to this question, personally, is I think it'll partially bring people back. I mean, it all depends. It all depends on how good this one is and how much they get right. Obviously, as mentioned before in one of my previous videos, there's no such thing as a perfect Call of Duty. And as a matter of fact, the imperfections of Call of Duty are kind of what make Call of Duty Call of Duty. But there are certain things that the game has to have intact in order for it to succeed, regardless of whether it's a boots-on-the-ground game or not. But especially since it's a boots-on-the-ground game, people, I think, are going to feel a little bit more passionate about it, as opposing to not giving a damn, because of the fact that, well, it's more of a traditional Call of Duty, and it feels more like Call of Duty as opposed to something else. So, that's basically the reason why I made this video. It's like I was really wondering, and I figured I'd ask you in video form, because, well, I'm sure there's going to be varying opinions. I'm sure people are going to have different viewpoints, and I'm really interested in every single one of those viewpoints. And as I've mentioned, I think it's only partially going to bring like a certain number of the community back. And again, it depends on how good it is. And if it ends up being good, then I think the word of mouth is going to spread, and we're going to get some more people back, which is great, because our community needs to be populated again. Because right now, at this point, we're just like so divided. There's a lot of people playing. I'm thankful that my favorite Call of Duty so far of all time, Black Ops 2, still has a healthy player base, despite the fact that it's such an old game now. But we're really divided. You know, there's a few thousand people playing Ghost. There's a few thousand people playing Advanced Warfare. There's, you know, a few people playing Infinite Warfare. Black Ops 3 still has a pretty decent player count or player base. And then obviously there's this game, there's Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1 even. So, I mean, we're basically divided. So, in theory overall, since we're going back to boots on the ground and back to World War II as opposed to the futuristic era, a lot of people want that. So in theory, a lot of the community is probably going to give it a try again. But here's the thing, here's the funny thing. There's been a lot of games since Call of Duty started becoming popular, and after it started becoming unpopular, like let's say when it started to go on its decline around Modern Warfare 3, around the Modern Warfare 3 era, I would probably say, like after Modern Warfare 3 obviously had the most sales according to what the internet says, but after that, I mean, once the game was about halfway through its life cycle, it just started dying down quickly, and ever since then it's been on a slow decay. So there's been other games, and that's the thing. There's Overwatch is immensely popular. H1Z1 and PUBG are immensely popular. You know, I mean, right now we have more options than we did back then when COD was at its absolute peak. Basically, back in the day, if I remember correctly, it was basically COD versus Halo, and COD was winning big time because the word of mouth. The fact that it was a little bit more customizable, more accessible, and back then, even though it was basic, it was really groundbreaking because all the basic things that they did correctly. Modern Warfare 2 was a mess, but it was a hell of a fun game, and people were looking forward to it, especially after, you know, the impact that COD 4 had. Obviously Black Ops 1 was really, really good. There was like, what, 1 million or so people online playing when that game came out at midnight, so I mean, right now we don't see those numbers anymore, and part of the reason is because there are so many other games, like Overwatch and H1Z1, PUBG, so, and even Halo. Obviously Halo's still around, so, and right now we're just getting all these different kinds of games, and we're getting PC games. I mean, there's just so many more options now. So, what do you guys think? Are you guys, specifically, are you, in general, you who is watching this video, are you going to be coming back to World War II, or at least are you going to give it a try? And if you like it, you're going to stick with it, or if you're just going to say, hey, screw it, I'm only going to play a little bit because I have all these other games to play as well, and I'm tired of Call of Duty and all this kind of stuff. So what do you think? Where do you stand, and what is your opinion? And what are your plans for Call of Duty this year, if any? So that's it. That's all I got for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. And as always, if you liked the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.